to lovely Halifax here on the east coast of Canada, the capital city of Nova Scotia. Lovely look overhead as the ferry crosses the Halifax Harbor between Dartmouth and Halifax. Fans will pile into downtown Halifax, a city of just over 400,000 people. Won't be quite that many heading to the Scotiabank Centre, but we are in for a treat this evening as we continue round-robin play from the 2015 Ford World Men's Curling Championship. As we enter the arena, our feature matchup, Norway, the defending world champions, takes on Czech Republic. As we get near the end of round-robin play, Luke Coley joined with Anne Swisshelm. It is going to be a treat tonight, seeing Czech Republic taking on Norway, an all-European battle. As the teams just entering the field of play, honoring each team throughout round robin, and this evening it is Canada. There's Czech Republic waiting. They'll face Norway. So we have O Canada to begin. Well, O Canada played to get it started. Let's meet the teams here in our feature game.
From Norway, Havard Vad Pettersen playing lead. Christopher Sva throwing second stones. Torga Nergård playing third. And Thomas Olsrud rounding out reigning world champions, Team Norway.
They will take on Czech Republic. Their lead, Jindrich Kitzberger. Second, Martin Snittel. The third, Lucas Klima. Skipped by Yuri Snittel. The team representing Czech Republic as they try to build upon another World Championship appearance. The handshakes to get us going. Good curling, good game. They'll await the ice surface.
Yep, these teams have played quite a few times. No stranger to one another.
We'll look at the standings. Prior to the game, Canada, Norway sitting at top, 7-1. Then Sweden coming on strong at 6-3. Then Switzerland 5-4. Finland, Japan 4-4. China, Czech Republic, Scotland, and the U.S. all at 3-5, while Italy at 3-6, and Russia rounds it out 2-7. We get a chance. See, all four sheets are in play this evening. Another full slate. Should be a loud crowd. The home country, Team Canada, is in play as well.
Team Canada playing right next door against Team Scotland on Sheet A. Our feature matchup from Sheet B, Norway, the Czech Republic. And on Sheet C, Finland playing China. And on Sheet D, United States playing Japan. It'll be a good crowd tonight with the home team playing Scotland. Should be a loud and active crowd.
Well, I think Norway's winning some fans here as well last night, pulling out another set of the loud pants. The fashionable outfits that they wore, actually, with the lid, the chapeau they put on, and not only that, they knocked off Team Canada, so only loss for Canada was against this Norwegian team, and Thomas Ulsrud, 77 wins now and counting career at World Championships as a skip.
Yeah, an incredible number, and he's looking to make that 78 tonight, continue their winning ways here at the World Championships. And the Czech Republic, Jiří Snitl and team really need a victory here today. They're not statistically eliminated with a loss, but
it becomes very difficult, and there's a very small margin or percentage for them to make it into the playoffs. Havard Bad Pedersen will get us starting the 31-year-old lead. Surprising not seeing him near the top of the percentages, lower down. Usually expect him right among the leaders.
Yeah, they've had a little bit of trouble with lead rock placement here, and you know, it could be any number of reasons. I would imagine that Havard will be firing on all cylinders come the finals.
Well, Jindřich Kitzberger, this Czech Republic squad, looking for win number 4. Well, Norway, with a win, they can clinch a spot in that 1-2 game.
Yeah, that is a big advantage at this championships.
And maybe a little amped up to begin that one right through the rings for Kitzberger. Without the hammer, Norway, chance to draw around. Use their center line guard.
Really nice throw there. Really well-balanced center throw. This looks a little heavy as well, potentially. Nope, there it goes. Starts to curl. Takes the weight off.
We will see it in certain spots. You go out a little wider, it might not have the same speed as if you take a little bit of a tighter path where they have to sweep it the whole way and will curl towards the center. So interesting, they'll keep an eye on which path they go in throughout this game. Well, unable to get around that one.
That's a violation of the free guard zone, so
guard really didn't think it was going to be a factor.
Yeah, is it there?
So
they worked together, the sportsmanship there, and Thomas pretty good. He thought he put it in the right spot. And Martin Snitl goes, I think it was a little closer. All right, we'll move it.
Yeah, that actually benefits Team Norway a bit. So
Christopher Sva, right where he is normally, right near the top. Charismatic Christopher Sva.
yeah, lots of energy. You'll hear his name called a lot by his teammates when he's on the brushes. And he's been throwing some excellent shots all week.
Døde med håret.
Jeg tror begge mine litt rettere. Eller var det på sånn?
Martin Snitl, second for Team Czech Republic. Younger brother of the skip, Jiří Snitl. And gets them all moving. Great shot to get him off the forefoot.
Really nice stone there. And they really needed that after the first lead rock through the rings and then the free guard zone violation. That's a big pick-me-up for the Czech Republic team.
Han må være her. T-line!
Ja, forsiktig, tror jeg. Vi er lange. Kommer seg. Ja, vi er lange.
Sweepers are right off. They're not even close on this one. Looking
13,5,
for it to curl.
kanskje.
Slow down.
Dør der nå.
Hang
Bra.
on, and it does.
Is that different in first end? You don't that draw to the wing, not really thrown a lot in practice because a lot of the practice to the center.
Yeah, with the draw shot challenge being in play and the critical time, as you can see with the rules of play, 6 ends minimum. And we've got 38 minutes of thinking time with 1 60-second timeout. You asked about the ice speed inside out. Generally in arenas with ice like this, it's a little faster. It runs a little straighter down the sheet and breaks hard late. So you can get caught in pads. We've seen rocks go through the house a couple of times in those spots. So a simple nose takeout for Torga Norgard. Power sweeping by the front end from Team Norway. You can hear the scrub. You can hear the pressure and the speed off the microphones.
Got mics on the players all around on the ice surface and let you listen in. And
it's one of the great gifts of the sport of curling that our players wear microphones while competing. It amazes athletes in other sports. They can't even fathom it, where it is standard operating procedure for us.
Lucas Klima, the young third, first year on this team. Skipped at World Juniors, World University Games. Bronze medalist, 2011 University Games.
So there's a couple of ways that Norway could challenge this situation. They've elected to play the hit and roll. There is a possibility of a jam in the back of the rings. Looks like they've avoided that. Now they want to roll the shooter to the far side of the rings.
While trying to talk this one into listening and sticking around. And just out of the rings.
Just out. Hair overswept on that one, on the line call, but it's best to be safe. That was very close to jamming on that back stone.
That's it.
This keeps the end simple. An open takeout for Lucas Klima.
Well, it started a couple of misses by the Czech lead. And then a bailout shot, the run back by Martin Snittel.
Yeah, it was a great shot by the second.
Thomas Ulsrud first of skip stones.
Easy. Ikke et drag. Ikke et drag.
This one needs to slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Hit it well, just a little bit deeper than they wanted.
Too early to play a freeze, just play the hit in this first end for Snittel.
It would be what his comfort zone is. I think with the initial call of the come around at the beginning of the end, they were looking to blank this end. They were looking to keep it fairly conservative, even though Norway tried to bring offense right away with the center line guard. So this fits into the game plan for the Czech Republic.
Well, open play, and Ulsrud never went down. He just stayed in the hack. Knows he's playing the open hit. Banks some time.
Yeah, to make sure they take advantage of every minute of the thinking time that they've been issued. And the thinking time, the new rule that's in play this year, is slightly different from what was known as running time, which was used previously, and that meant your clock ran the entire time you were in charge of the ice.
And Ulsrud unable to hold the shooter, so a chance to look at a different piece of ice, throw it through, get the blank.
Yeah, and the thinking time only runs while you're thinking and in charge of the ice. So teams have 38 minutes to complete their entire game.
So that one goes through, and that'll mean a blank. Not much time used from either side here in this first end. A blank first, no score. Czech Republic will retain hammer heading to the second end of play.
Du spiller ballhardt I forhold til tidligere.
Well, look at the 4 sheets of ice on top of the regular hockey surface here at the Scotiabank Centre, downtown Halifax. Similar to the first end, it'll be Havardvad Pedersen to get us started. Luke Holy and Swiss Elm here, the Ford World Men's Curling Championship.
Well, Team Norway went right at it in the first end. I'm anticipating the same thing here. Looking for a tight centerline guard, maybe a couple of feet off the rings. Oh, that just picked.
Well, does that still able to use something, have it out in front? The interesting thing is if it is used later, if there's still it picked up maybe a fiber or something underneath of that.
Yeah, so if that would affect runbacks, or but it could just be that they weren't sweeping, a little bit of a warm spot, or different airflow across that spot in the sheet. Jindrik Kitzberger trying to draw around. Nicely placed stone there. The tactic of coming around the center guard is can be a dangerous one.
Well, important rock placement, that in a great spot, top of the 8 foot.
Yeah, I'd like to see the hard scrub here to get around.
Okay.
Maybe that stone didn't pick. That second stone with a lot more weight had a very similar path.
Definitely moving because Broom was out in the 12 foot.
That'll
so
be a
over
fun
4 feet.
That's a fun piece of ice if it's moving that far tonight. Lots of shots are available to you when the ice curls like that.
So now a couple of guards out in front. Kitzberger's first in the rings and looking to draw and lie 2.
Vůbec netočí. Tak daleko není, já myslím, že před něj, vedle něj, před něj.
Nice stones to open the second end for Jindrik Kitzberger. Now we're going to see the run back.
Now trying to run it straight back, and we'll just pick the one off. Opens up a bit of a hole. Of course, keep you up to date. All the other games going on. Those Yellowstones for China. One back button. Aku Koste. Finish skip. Sitting at a 4-4 record. Team still playoff aspirations with that record and looking for the outturn draw tap. And this one not moving. Hangs out, little rub, roll away, and it is a steal of one for China. So 1-0 China leading that one. China coming in 3-5. Still mathematically alive.
Yeah, all the teams with 5 losses are still mathematically alive. It is not a comfortable position to be in.
Well, trying to play a little split of those in the rings, just change the angles. Good recognition. They make a little split, get one behind that guard.
So great confidence in Christopher Swa to throw the run back again here.
Was just a little off on his first shot. Now the second. Knows he has a couple he can hit it to. Catch it hair high on the nose. Well, run it back, get one, and rolls the shooter over right in front.
That's a fantastic sweep, line call, and shot.
Well, the double was real tough to make with, and how long that was. That's almost better than making the double because you leave your stone in front and it has to be dealt with.
Really controlled delivery and release from Martin Snittle.
Again, able to move him around. Just trying to lie to avoid losing your own.
Yeah, and the running stone flips beautifully underneath that semi-corner guard that's out there. The long. Yeah, with that great shot by Martin Snittle. They're discussing the tactical options and they stick with the run back.
Draw paths look awfully difficult with the angle where those guards are to try and play the freeze. Well, real close, get one, get the back one, misses both of them. Sliding just by. Shooter rolls off just a little bit.
Opportunity for the Czechs.
Look at the Czech Republic coach, Brian Gray. So this will be an interesting spot, how much this curl is going out with the broom outside of the rings.
Yeah, that is a really wide broom placement. You may find a ridge or an edge out that far where the rock runs pretty straight down the sheet. Hooks just at the end.
Well, pretty good guess. That's
a great.
Real well placed into the 8-foot as we
look at coach for The Norwegians, Paul Trulsen, skip of the 2002 Olympic gold medal winning team.
Hold!
Of course, the working for Norwegian Curling Association. As he said, he's the only employee. Says I can do what I want as long as I don't get too much in the red by the end of the year.
Wonder if he likes his boss.
I can't repeat what he said about his boss on air. Trying to make it double
this
now.
Double is.
Well, Torgeir and Ergaard get one and stick around. Eliminates two of the yellows. Would have preferred maybe a little bit thinner so they didn't roll up.
Yeah, so they could just stick it. You see how lively these stones are, how much movement they get.
Snittle in Czech Republic just working, try and get their two.
These kind of touch shots, these delicate takeouts around guards.
Have to be aware of the jam possibility too. Don't touch it, tap it right through, roll away, line two again.
Yeah, that was nice weight there. Just hack weight, maybe a little bit more. Great control from the young third.
Well, Ulsrud heads down. We'll keep it an eye. Japan at 4-4. USA 3-5. Looks like line 3 is Team Japan. John Schuster made some doubles yesterday in a big win. Needing a double right now.
It's too late. I don't think it's going anywhere.
And will roll out. Go nose-nose. And it is a steal of 2 for Team Japan. And an early 2-0 lead.
Just absolutely awful execution again prior to my shooting.
Close-up look on the winningest skip in men's world curling. Thomas Ulsrud looking for the delicate double.
So close to the perfect hit and roll. Just a little roll off of that other yellow. Looks like he's partially behind that guard, but deep in the rings.
Yeah, and at this point, that rock is helping Yuri Snittle.
Decision where to make this one, where to put it. So we'll take a look, sheet A. And it is a freeze by Pat Simmons. I put it on the side, and Ewan McDonald now at 3-5. Starting to get going a little bit. Team make a lot of shots. Canada would like to eliminate them, take them right out of it. But not a good sign from the sweepers, nothing touched.
Yeah, they're right off.
Just wanting it to stop in the 4-foot. And it won't, not even swept by Team Canada. John Morris, a single point stolen. Canada, 1-0 after 1.
And back on our feature sheet, I really think this is a smart choice by Yuri Snittle to play the piece of ice he knows for certain, exactly where to set the broom, exactly. His sweepers have seen 2 rocks down this path, and it allows him to draw into the 4-foot.
Well, different results than we seen earlier. That one a little bit deeper, goes to the T line, but close to all of it available.
Edge to edge. So Team Norway concedes just the entire stone, maybe a little bit less than the whole stone.
And he'll look to try and roll just underneath if he can, maybe a little bit.
Just underneath. But even a nose hit here really sets them up in a good way. Makes the hit difficult for Czech Republic. I think you'd even want to show the Czech Republic a little bit of this rock. Entice them to the takeout. Before that happens, Thomas Ulsrud needs to execute this delicate takeout around a guard.
Final stone for Norwegian skip. Well, they're by the guard now, just trying to get to the inside. And no roll, noses it.
Kjipt å ha kamera på begge baner.
Co? Že nám to bude točit, aspoň jako jemu.
So an opportunity for
Okay, jako hack,
Czech Republic get the deuce. Controlled this end.
They really have. And it hinges back to the two nicely placed shots by the lead, and then really delicately executed shots at the second position.
Gary Sniddle, final stone, second end. Quiet weight, hit and stick. Needs to stick in the 8-foot.
Looks good.
Well, actually get the inside flip, something Ulsrud was looking for. And Czech Republic first on the board. They strike first with a deuce in 2. Welcome back to the 2015 Ford World Men's Curling Championship. 2-0 the score. Czech Republic gets a deuce in 2. Norway had the hammer for the first time. A well-played end by the Czech Republic. And Swiss, I'll join myself, Luke Coley. Thanks for tuning in. And a well-played game for a team needs to win to stay in any real chance trying to make a playoff push.
Yeah, this is a pivotal game for both teams. As we said, if Team Norway should win this game, they guarantee themselves a spot in the 1-2 game, which is an extra life in the playoff, the Page playoff system that is used here at the World Championships.
So top 4 make the playoffs, and the 1-2 play, winner goes straight to the final. The loser has that second life, will play in the semifinal, which is the winner of the 3rd and 4th ranked teams.
Yeah, and a win here for Czech Republic is critical to staying alive with round-robin chances. Again, we've said the loss doesn't eliminate them, but with another rule change that we're seeing this year, tiebreaker rounds have been reduced to a single round of tiebreakers. A team can be eliminated by their overall draw shot challenge if head-to-head and team ranking is not clear.
So bringing the first two into the rings, they didn't get the right rock placement.
Yeah.
Look over Finland and China. 1-0, China leading. Got that one in the first, and Aku Koste finish skip. Chance here, get a multiple point score now.
Yeah. Looking to take advantage of the opportunity that he missed in the first end.
And here just looking for that open hit and stick. And it's good, get the two, so 2-1 Finland after China. Feature game was Norway with the hit. They don't get the roll behind the corner guard. Well, right on the nose. Couple now options for Ulsrud. Do you play the double now, or are you still try and use the corner guard?
I think you take advantage of it while you can. The rock's going to be high in the rings. And create an opportunity for you to get to that corner guard on your thirds rocks.
While trying to make the double, will just punch that one over. So very close of who is shot. Stone. Jump over. USA. Japan on sheet D. John Schuster able to get in there on his first. Morozumi unable to remove it. So John Schuster chance to get two back.
Yeah, and after we saw the disappointing chance at the double takeout in the first end and the steal of two, this bounce back end here.
Not right in the path, right through the middle, right down to it. They are able to get their deuce, two on the button for a 2-2 game over on sheet D.
So with the Czech Republic stones rolling to the wings, Team Norway is going to take advantage of that corner guard now. That same spot ice is quick.
And getting caught in that spot.
It's the second time he's thrown there.
Lucas Klima. Now with that one gone, gonna go peel the corner. They have two in there.
Yeah, take care of the trouble, Rock.
And a flash of the corner guard gets nothing. Broom goes down pretty quickly. A second opportunity now, Torgeir Nergard to pick up his second man. These two teams no stranger, obviously playing Europeans, World Championships. Played 17 times in between the World Championship and Europeans. Thomas Ulsrud, a pretty good record against Jiri Sniddle. 14-3, but the three losses coming of late. The 2014 Europeans, the 2013 World Championship, and the 2011 World Championship.
Yeah. The team from the Czech Republic is really hardworking. They have some really big goals headed towards the 2018 Olympics in South Korea.
And look at that one curl, actually. really works its way across the side. And got a good look at the time. Hog to hog as well on that.
Definitely a quick spot of ice there. Well managed. And that stone is in a nice spot. They're going to go after it.
Well, that is change of plan. Now play the run back. May look like there's some there, but from the hack, and that looks it'll look a bit different.
Yeah, that stone is almost completely buried. I think this is a great choice of the couple of options that you've got.
Lucas Klima is born and lives in Prague. Will stick that one in the rings, leaves that corner guard, and still shot stone.
And
Decision going around that corner again. We'll look in again. Canada, Scotland. Canada, the same situation as Norway. They can clinch a 1-2 spot, a spot in the 1-2 with a win. They steal one in the first. Ewan McDonald, and they had an end set up throughout. John Morris had to make a triple to
just
cut it down.
To cut him down.
And here a pick. Chance to score 3 if they can pick this one off the top, and doesn't really even make contact with that back yellow, and a second straight steal. It's another example type of week it's been so far for Scotland. Real aggressive call going behind that corner. Very easily could have split the ring, said I want my 2.
It is an aggressive call. I think if they were worried that if they did make the draw, that the Czechs would just beat them underneath that corner with the hit and flop. We've seen this spot on the ice run a little bit straight. Lucas Klima threw in this spot in the first end and hit on the high side and rolled out of play.
We'll need a nice clean delivery here. First of Skip Stone's. Gary Sniddle.
Throws a really controlled rock.
Well, they hit and will roll in behind. A little inexperienced there. They could have swept to try and make the roll. No sweeping most of the way.
No sweeping, and that's really, really very disappointing. Because they had that shot made. All they needed were the brushes down for just a couple of feet.
Jeg vil tro at det der drit... Det plenty is på hakk, det ikke det? Ja, skal vi rulle bak? Ja.
Hvorfor går det så løst?
Ja, jeg tror det heller, altså. Det litt mer å styre på, altså. Jeg tror også det greit.
Well, look over Finland, China. There's the scenario. China lying 1, and looks like Zhang Jialiang, chance to draw for a second point. Take the lead back. Both those teams still... China needs to run the table. Finland, with 4 losses, still definitely in the mix. And a draw. Got to get her past that center line guard. Played it awfully tight, but it is good. Gets in. Second point. And a 3-2 China lead. Trying to make it a 2-win day after a win earlier today.
So on our feature sheet, looking for a little hit and roll, and it just ran on them a little bit. Still an outstanding opportunity to score 2 points for Norway and tie this game up here. After the missed sweep call, the tendency on these next shots are often to oversweep and be a little careful with line. So, and there's not a lot of room to roll underneath.
Get it out.
Well, Kitzberger, Snittle on the sweep.
Gonna get the top one instead of the back one.
Well, and there's a smart call. Make sure you catch enough of it to remove it. You don't want to just touch it over and leave the open draw in a 3. Not ideal, getting rid of just the 1 and not sticking, but now just a deuce. And
Foreløpig har vi vært lange her. Slå av litt. Det har jo vært fint sig.
Ikke slå noe for hammeren.
Well, draw weight has been a little elusive here on this sheet. We've seen a couple go deep and 1 go through. 2 go through, actually, in this direction. Opening shot of the game for the Czech Republic slid through the rings as well.
well, Norway, chance to get 2 back. Looking to clinch a spot in the 1-2 game. Well, Czech Republic would love to make the playoffs, but they're just trying to improve on their best record. Their best record, Yuri's had 6-5. He's done that twice at the World Championship. Recently, his last 2 appearances. A big sweep to try and get this one there. Will they have enough?
All 3 sweepers, not a problem.
The few extra strokes from Nergard must have made the difference to get that extra point.
Anything you got to do.
So we are all tied. A 2 in the 3rd means 2-2 is the score. Norway, Czech Republic. It's draw 14 from Halifax. Well, look from right over top of the house. Howard Vad Pedersen. This first stone. 2-2 score. See if they will again try and force the issue with their competitor, Czech Republic, the blank first. Each team scoring 2 with the hammer. That's where we sit.
And Yuri Snittle sticking with the same strategy, coming right around this center guard. It worked well for him in the second end.
You've got fine. You've got fine.
Bezpečný tam je. Ne, ještě ne.
Jenom Martin.
14-2. Pozor, ať to není dlouhý, 8 stop.
Yep. Hard!
Okay.
Nice shot by Jindrik Kitzberger.
Greit, frys da!
Well, to get enough underneath as we look at numbers for the championship so far, 80% Havard Ved Pedersen,
Linje!
8th among lead stones.
Hard linje!
Ok, prøv da, hardt.
Hard! Hard, hard! Kom igjen da! Hard! Hard, hard, hard!
He's had a few games in the 70s as they try and get this one by for their lead. Great sweep, Sva Nergard able to get it around.
Oi, jævlig bra kosta.
Outstanding sweep and really amazing call. It was very early. It wasn't for weight. It was for line really early. The vision of skip Thomas Olsrud. The great vision of Thomas Olsrud showing itself on that shot.
Smed. Tak pa jako kras teda. Z mýho pohledu.
Well, Jindrik Kitzberger will
Just
not be
can't
happy
have-
there.
You just cannot have that when you have the hammer and you've got an opportunity to sit first and second shot. That is really, that's a deadly outcome.
Sjueren!
2-1.
And again, at this point in the round robin, you would think that the ice speeds and the management of that are well in hand, but you're seeing a couple of maybe uncharacteristic
Linja bra!
misses out of these players.
Hard! 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 Bra hard! Kom igjen! Hard, 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 hard! Hard! Vi jobber i egen hvert fall. Kom igjen da! Hard, hard, hard! Hardere! Kom igjen, kom igjen, kom igjen! Kom igjen, kom igjen, kom igjen!
Trying to go all the way, get around, get into the forefoot. Just didn't have the weight to get all the way there.
And a big breath
15 ned.
from the Norwegian sweepers.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Unable to get to it, make the nose hit. Martin Snittle for Czech Republic. First time they made it to the World Championship was 2008. The 7th trip for Yuri Snittle to this World Championship. Best record last 2 years, finishing 6 and 5. Really trying to grow the game of the Czech Republic. Right now, over 3,500 curlers, 4 ice facilities, and even had great numbers during the Olympic Winter Games, despite not having a team there.
I know, just missing qualification. They had two opportunities at the Olympic qualifier and dropped both of those games, and I know that was really disappointing for this team from the Czech Republic. And again, they are working incredibly hard to change that, to make it different for them, a different outcome come 2018.
And they had viewing numbers of almost 300,000 people during curling games, 10.5 total population in all of Czech Republic.
Well,
They've really pushed in winter sports and getting it towards the Olympics.
And there's no doubt that the dedication and significant work by this team has made an impact on those numbers, a positive impact on those numbers.
So Martin Snittle able to make that roll back forefoot. Chance here, though, with quiet weight. This is where this Norwegian team is very successful, playing quiet shots and a little hit and flop. And lower numbers, despite the 7-1 record, 79% for Torger, but has played well of late. His last 3 games, 86, 86, and 92%. Well, there's the hit and roll. Seems to always make key shots despite how he's playing. He could be having an awful game and he'll make a key shot.
Yes, this falls into my saying sometimes it's not how many shots you make, it's which ones you make.
To nejde.
Very specifically which ones you make.
Jde to zkusit. Tenhle ten trefy hodně tady.
Pošleme jako pryč ten náš, no.
Ten náš mizí.
Takže jenom čistý klír.
No, tenhle tady.
OK. Takže s lehkým lízem.
Lucas Klima, his first World Championship, 75%.
Rushing a little out of the hack there. He'd been sitting for a really long time, but gets lots of granite moving, and things are looking a lot better. They've got
Looks
a corner
like-
guard and only one Norwegian counter in the rings.
Well, another look at this run back.
Greit. Litt mer
I was
skjønn
hoping maybe the angles might line up where they could catch it, but that's the case. You wanted to open the center line up. It does just that. So corner guard, they decide, I think they're going to try and choke off that corner guard.
Yeah,
Right?
they're going to go just underneath it.
Fin linje.
Sit high in the rings.
Plass. Kun fart. Plass. Linje er bra. Køller nå. Køller mye nå. Hard. 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 Hell inn til kosten. Hard. Hard. På Ekson. Hard. Kom igjen nå. På Ekson. Hard.
Well, that one really needed to make sure it's in the rings.
Drittis. Fin drittis.
Well, take a look. Canada-Scotland again. Canada putting the pressure on Scotland in an in-turn draw. Ewan McDonald missed a draw in the first. Missed a pick in the second. 2 steals. Hoping to avoid a third in this.
Pojede za náma, my taky.
OK.
Looking at that in-turn draw and sweepers.
It's moving. Oh, is that curling?
This one crossing center, and when it curls, it normally takes some of the speed away. And it'll come up short, so a third straight steal. They figure it might have, as they say with the Scottish accent, picked up.
Yeah, so it just grabbed a little something on the ice, curled early on them, and unfortunate outcome.
Now really big that that draw came up short. Lucas Klima makes the hit and roll.
Yeah, it was, and those rocks are staggered in a way that really protects the Czech stone.
Femmeren. Køller mest.
But it's behind the tee line. This gives Norway a chance to save us a multiple score with a nice freeze here.
OK. Her på slutten han køller, da. Krysse senter. Du må legge på fra Legge på femmeren. Du må legge på fra det du gjorde sist. Ja, så det var det slipp på.
So we see where the broom is. It's on the other side of the 8-foot. Thomas Ulsrud, first of skip stones, 79% for Ulsrud.
Linje er bra. Bra linje. Foreløpig har vi plass. Vi trenger å kølle. Plass. Vi må kølle. Tinar. Jeg vet ikke om det stopper. Håvard.
Lots of line on this stone.
Håvard, gå nå.
They've got one sweeper on the corner, really trying to make it move. And using a hairbrush to really good effect there.
Nei. Gjorde du ikke det?
Helt jævlig.
Stopper på slutten.
So if you sweep the high side of the stone, or into or with the curl as opposed to into the curl, you can encourage it to move a little bit further than it may on a natural pad.
And the hair broom, any difference as opposed to a synthetic pad, which most players are using?
Yeah, the hair broom allows you to kind of dig in a little bit more on the corner of the rock. Even though rocks have no corners, we use that term quite regularly.
Hvis han skal, det han kommer til å miste noe på, hvis han gjør noe, er at han curler over da. Han skal gå med litt fart, skal han det? Ja,
Znamená to něco pro mě? Píš tu backlineu.
Well, this ice are just quiet to try and move it.
Yeah, I think I heard the Czech term for back line. I'm not sure, but just wanting to get to the nose of this rock and move it just into the back 8 or back 12 foot.
Asi dobrý.
Tak jo. Jo. Držel, jo.
Ta backline tam je.
Nemáme dobrý úhel.
Nejrychlost máme.
Nic.
Tu, co jsme se dohodli. S tím naším, co nejdál, pojď.
Je dobrý.
Well, just that quiet wait, little tap.
Det är super.
Looks as though it is shot stone.
Yeah, and it's in a control position.
De där, det var lite titt.
Hvem ligger? Guard.
Dra in i för två då. Dra bara för en.
Tapp for tre. Ligger, ja, ok. Du må ha en gardetoger. Har ikke noe anslag.
Ja, jag måste varit och dratt hit då.
Garde.
Ja,
Nok is.
Drar dit.
Ja, vi må garde, hvis ikke så har du tapp for tre, Sva. Skal du inn der? Det er to små ringer her, for ikke legge en dobbel.
Thomas, hvis du drar här.
Hæ?
Du drar här.
So they're worried about the tap for 3, which is set up nicely if that path stays available to the Czech Republic team.
Ja, det var riktigt bra för dem. Da må man forstå for to. Litt tight på egen.
Du drar og holder deg på...
Det her er dumt, for da slår han noe kjapt.
Her er dumt, for der er det kjørt.
Ja, så dit det.
Og her får den inn.
Det beste er jo å stoppe her da, ved siden av.
Ja. Men får den luft på innsiden, så kan den gjøre den, men da dør den vel litt der.
Ja, den tar med seg den. Ok, så ved
Du
siden
skal
av
prøve ved siden av den gule, tror jeg.
Siden eller frys ned mot eggene.
Helst være shot da.
Der.
Ja.
Det er is i senterlinja. Knappen omtrent.
Vi må være mer enn dem da, da må du sitte til gutta. Ja, for all del.
Vi klarer å... Hæ?
Well, saw a lot of broom activity tapping where they want to, where to put it. They're worried about the little tap, as you said, Anne, for 3. Is this just a guard, or are they bringing this one right in?
I think they're bringing it right in, trying to improve their control or limit Yuri Snittle to 2 points at this juncture.
Ja, tight linje. Tight linje.
Linja er bra.
Tight linje. Tight
Bra
linje.
linje.
Ok, linje er der.
Strøken linje.
Ja. Ja.
Strøken linje.
Kjør da. Kjør da. Kjør.
They come up short of shot stone, but right now is trying to limit it. Can they tap it? Can't nose it to get shot stone. They could draw for 2.
Yeah, now it's about deciding the easiest way to score your 2 points. And it's going to be with the draw.
Jako my můžeme dát ten samý shot. Jako otázka, aby jsme tady ten neklikli dovnitř,
Jako jestli to umíme uledovat, tak prostě tady místa máme celkem dost.
Jo, okej.
Jako jestli chceš hrát znova tohle,
Tak je to tam, no.
můžeš, riziko, že
to zkazíme, není moc velkým. Si řekni ty, asi.
Well, you want to make sure you give yourself enough ice, but not too much that you get in a path you're not familiar with.
Yeah.
Ale ten hack je fakt možná jednodušší, nebo to, co jsem hrál. Jako to tam prostě vede.
Tak to můžeme hrát. Stejný let? Nebo míň, a budeš hrát víc?
Stejnej.
It's a significant shot change from the far end. I know he just threw down this path.
Is that what he's thinking? Maybe it's the same shot I just threw. I can come down and play it. I know the path. I don't know if necessarily if I go out and play that draw, if it's going to be the right spot.
Yeah, and the draw actually is the way that Norway potentially steals one, right? If you over curl and tap him up.
So tap their own, tap it straight back, move that red. Try and get 2 points. Yuri Snittle, Team Czech Republic, and on it already. Can they drag it? Tap it up. Got to get by. They're by. Now have the right angle. Tap it up. And they look and see, are they second shot? It's close.
Oh, it's close.
It's one for sure.
And the call for the measure.
I'll give you first call on this. Which one is it, Ann?
I think it's red. I think it's going to be one.
Good. I thought it was yellow initially when I first saw it.
Well, we're going to have a winner and loser in this debate.
So the red, this a measure for a second point. It's one for sure for the Czech Republic.
Han der oppe på hjørnet der, Håvard, at ikke han skrur isen kaldere. Han tenker på.
Jeg så det før vi begynte. De går jo bare og ser på termometeret, de klarer jo ikke å se med øynene.
Hug.
And Swisshelm, correct. It's just a single point. It is that redstone that was second shot, so a single only for the Czech Republic and a 3-2 lead after 4.
Det er ikke helt grusomt, men det er vondt.
Well, just the single point. We are on Sheet B this evening. 2015 Ford World Men's Curling Championship coming to you live from the Scotiabank Centre, Halifax, Canada. Jindřich Kitzberger will get the Czech Republic going.
I didn't see the indication, but I hope they're playing this rock just short of the rings, but it looks like they're working hard to put it in. Top 4.
Is this a point of the game where you start thinking scoring in the even ends and you go and hit the stone or put up the corner?
Yeah, they're going to keep it simple. Norway, true to form, aggressive with the hammer, kind of regardless of ends. Even in the 7th and 9th end, we've seen Norway play corners as opposed to taking the option for the blank. This slick spot of ice again. These teams really need to get a handle on that spot on the ice. You know, that is the 4th or 5th time we've seen sweepers right off.
Vypadá dobře. Teď je uší lehce.
Můžeme. Je dobrý. Je dobrý.
Šilka je dobrá.
Centerline.
Yep.
Well, trying to guard up their stone in the top of the rings. And centerline guard may leave a little bit of that exposed, but we'll get over to 4th end, USA, Japan. 4-2 is the score. US stealing 2 in the 3rd. Yusuke Morizumi trying to get at that one on the button, make the hit, stick there. Trying to cut into the lead. 4 losses, trying to stay right near the top. Coming in, one of those 4-loss teams along with Switzerland and Finland. Will make the hit and stick around, so good to get the single. Cut into it, 4-3. They're through 4 ends over on sheet D.
Takže můžeme kousnout 12.
Opportunity for the brothers Snittle here to put some pressure on Norway.
Jsme hodně blízko, možná až do kruhu.
Yep.
Takhle vem kruh.
Yep. Oh, fine.
Well, around the center guard, just into the top part again.
Okay.
Well, actually over curly part of that stone in the 4-foot open. Forcing the run back as we'll look again. Canada, Scotland, 3-0. Canada yet to have the hammer in this one. And Ewan McDonald, again, seeing red. Not just the shirts, but the stones in the house belonging to Canada.
Really needing a shot here just to change the momentum, get rid of that hammer.
You don't hear that very often. This just to score 1 has to get to the inside and stick around. Just little to the inside. Byers Greenwood on the scrub. Make the hit. Stick around, and on the board is Scotland, 3-1.
That's got to be a relief for Ewan McDonald and Team Scotland.
Je dobrý. Čekej, jestli můžeš. Tak je mou.
Já myslím, že wow.
Můžem čekat. Určitě můžem.
Ne.
Bude muset. Čistě můžeš. Jenom jestli musíš. Ještě můžu čekat.
So Christopher Spa made a really nice run back again in this game.
Yeah, and it's not the run back, not always a case of removing them. It's just moving them, getting them out of a threatening position.
Yeah, it's just changing the angles and building your opportunities for later in the end.
Han driver og spør om innsats, så høres det ut som han vil rulle.
And the run back from on the first stone sets up the potential double takeout with the second stone. Even the hit and roll into the corner.
Jeg trodde virkelig han skulle være flyte, altså.
Det er bedre å doble der, ikke det?
Jo, vi prøver.
Jeg prøver jo det, Norge. Ja, men kan vi ikke spille hardere da?
Normálně desítkou a krásně to točilo pravidelně.
Jirka tady hrál vlastně od té čárek, že jo? Jak jsme si říkali, že to točí.
10.
While chasing after that Norwegian stone in the top part of the house, Lucas Klima. Really working, got to avoid touching that top guard, and they'll crash and burn, slide right by. So the roll was good enough that it forced a tough shot, and guard comes into play.
Myk hakk. Nok det av, dytt den ut av 12 fot.
Litt til, eller?
So Thomas going to his foot, an indication. What type of weight he looking for?
That's about hack weight, so I'm pretty sure that call is hack weight.
Myk hakk. Ja. Vi smeller løs.
Can get loud in the building, so sometimes using the signals.
Really efficient way to communicate.
Ingenting.
Got to clear their own first, get by it, and make the roll. They pushed that one back. They knew, didn't need to necessarily remove it.
Right, and they didn't need to be that clever about it, but fantastic shot. That was pretty important since Torga asked for a little more ice in that spot from the hack.
Ask for a little more ice. You need to make that shot.
You better make it. Most skips are happy to give it to you, but you better make it.
Ma looking for the double, but will stick it. Jams it on the back one, doesn't remove it. Shot stone, Norway.
Full åtte!
Men jeg tror egentlig det du spilte i hit greit, altså. Hvis du gjennomfører slippet.
Jeg gjorde det i stedet.
Ja, men tror det greit.
Bra linje! Bra linje! Full åtte! Bra fart! Full åtte, henger ute i det glatte!
Out turn, come around, use that center line guard, trying to score multiple points with the hammer. Well, stays in the open. Just trouble trying to find the right ice in that spot. That one lots
really,
of room.
Yeah, that was way too much line on that. But there's a catcher in the back of the rings. Not sure the angle on the hit here. So the third's checking it out.
Takže ten jam mineme horem? Jo.
Z mojí strany, ne?
Od tebe, no.
By mělo fungovat.
Hrám 10? Co?
11.
Přidej na ten hack kousek asi.
Hack.
Máš přidat.
Hack. Okay.
First skip stones, Gary Sniddle.
And this one's running in that spot too.
So little roll away. Again, just getting in certain spots where not picking up. That one hangs out there. Still, could have brought the weight down a little bit in order to try and make the little flop underneath.
You know, one of the things that the that the Czechs can do here is tighten up that process a little bit about the communication on those skip stones. I don't know if the viewers at home noticed how the third Lucas Klima went and tapped for the freeze or the hit and flop on the other side of the sheet when the skip was already far away, and then they changed the ice. That does not create confidence. I think when you change the ice as a skip, you need to go back down, you need to reset yourself, you need to really think through why you're moving the ice, what weight you're throwing.
Well,
I think they'd get a lot more production out of their skip stones if they just tightened up that process a little bit.
two different types of backends, one very familiar with one another in Ulsrud and Nergard in experience, whereas you look at Snittle and Klima, first year together.
Yeah, there's going to be some adjustment there.
This one comes down right to the top of the button. This time closer to the center where the inside might be just taken away.
I'd like to see the freeze here. I really think the freeze creates a difficult situation for Norway to take 2 points.
The inside roll is not easy. You flirt with not punching it all the way through and leaving it around. This ice looks like they hit the call. Nelsrud probably happy to see this as the call as opposed to the freeze, which would have made a very small scoring zone for that extra point. Well, gotta get it past the front.
Gotta get by.
And will crash on the guard. And chip that one in just a little bit. Now, you play the freeze, you're not looking at giving up 3 unless a terrible mistake. They're rubbing the front. Now they gotta look to make sure that looks as though it is second.
Jeg kan godt slå, da. Det er mye å gå på innsida. Nå tror jeg ikke spille mer enn der og 15, da. For det her er rullet ut.
They're going to make sure.
Det kan lettere å slå, Torger.
Never hurts. If you're not sure, play the hit. It is open, not a case where one's hidden in that scenario.
Spiller 15 der, ja, Torger.
Hvis du nesten bak der, da blir du så treg, ikke sant?
Ja. Hvis jeg treffer litt high side, får jeg bare 1 da. Hvis jeg nøtter den bak der.
Ja, hvis du treffer ruller utover, så må det være 1.
Det er tight.
Just making sure everyone's on the same page. The communication out of this very seasoned team, as you said, familiar with one another, is something to be emulated by teams out there.
They've only played in 11 World Championships together. Yeah, 11.
Whoa! Whoa, back! Helt back! Nei! Ja!
Sounds positive.
They hit the little roll in, and there's the triple. 3 go up for Team Norway as they take a 5-3 lead into the 5th end break.
Ten byl 66, ten první byl 47. Ale tak to jsme hráli, že jo, to malé čtyřkou.
Já vím, ale chovali se úplně jinak.
Looking back at the opportunity for the Czech Republic to take score of 2 in the second end. Last stone from skip Yuri Snittel. A delicate weight, take out around a guard, and he nails it for a 2-0 lead after 2 ends. And in the third end, after a couple of miscues, open draw opportunity for Thomas Olsrud and the Norwegians to tie the game up. And it took a team effort on the sweep. Which led to the fourth end, and questionable shot selection here from Yuri Snittel. And the delicate tap for 2, just he overcurls a bit. And after the measure, comes away with a single point, leaving us at a 5-3 at the fifth end break.
Look over Finland, China, keeping you up to date. 3-3 the score, fifth end. And that is a few stones there in the forefoot. Zhang Jialiang, his final stone, the Chinese skip. Looking for the... Was looking at, I believe, the yellow takeout. Did that one maybe pick something? Because it really went, and they're trying to go yellow tap.
It definitely grabbed something, and that was a
unfortunate break on that one, and it ends up being a steal of 1 for Finland. And a 4-3 lead there. They play the sixth end. Canada leads 3-1 over Scotland, while the U.S. leading against Japan 4-3.
Det var ikke noe mindre folk her I går.
Men vi har ikke vært kjempedårlige på tid I dag.
Ja, greit. Nei, I dag var vi flinke, vi har 20. Selv om vi ble stjålet 20 sekunder fra oss før vi begynte. Ja. Klokka begynte å gå lenge før jeg begynte å spille.
Jeg har det som gjør noe. Går det inn? Bare inn med alt. Nästan ett Serbien. Nej, men vem? Då nästa. Då kan jag. Det läser där. Usan låna mig.
Well, through 5 ends, here's the numbers. Norway advantage in overall percentage, draws and hits, and capitalizing on the mistake. Yuri Snittel, the final shot of the fifth end, decided to play the hit. Couldn't get past the guard, went real aggressive to make the roll, and it cost him, giving up a score of 3. And a 2-point lead is where we sit, playing the sixth end. Norway with a win. Gets to the 1-2 game.
Yeah, the team, the percentages are pretty telling here, but I think shot selection is coming into play a bit for the Czech Republic team, and they need to tighten those opportunities up and really execute in the second half of the game if they're going to come back on a team that sits atop the standings.
Well, Norway, defending champions, just 1 loss in their World Championship title last year in Beijing, China. This year, just the 1 loss so far. And a team that hasn't played, this Norway team hasn't played a lot on the tour. A busy last few years, including the Olympic Winter Games, and just sort of decided to take it easy this year, play a little bit of a quieter schedule. Thomas is the oldest player in the field at 42. and just deciding to take it a step back before building up again and assess where they're at. The fact that they're getting going and even not playing much, saying they were rusty early in the week.
Yeah, they taking a bit of a lighter year after the big push in the Olympics is, I think, a common choice for a lot of the teams that played in the Olympics. And when you're on the road 120 to 150 days a year curling, you know, the love of the game may leave you a little bit. So, and I think most of us in the world are happy to see this team continuing to play and play at this really high level.
And have fun doing it. You see their love to be on the ice, to be entertainers, not just athletes, but also entertain.
Yeah, they are very powerful ambassadors for our sport.
Well, the quiet little double, Jindrich Kitzberger leaves one in the rings. No problem there. That's a stone that can help you.
Yeah, that's in a great spot. Actually, both those stones stayed in play, so those are catchers, stones to navigate, things you can use to your benefit.
You see the tournament and game numbers there. Christopher Sva looking to avoid the jam on that back one. Clear it right out. They get away with that one.
Yeah, that's actually the best outcome they could have hoped for. They killed one of the back ones and might have choked off that corner, to use your phrase. Put the block down on getting underneath the corner. Now this is a shot selection I really approve of. Still trying to use it. Now there's double corner guards and backing.
We'll have to go a little bit wider maybe to try and get around this one. Can use that as a little bit of protection. Back part of the house.
Rock sits in a good spot.
Look over at USA, Japan. Yusuke Morizumi was able to peel out an American stone that was just back forefoot with his final stone. John Schuster now has got to follow it up. Try and go around those two yellows in the top part of the house. Not sure who is shot stone at the moment.
I think it's Japan.
You look there, it looks like it is those Japanese stones, and it's into the 8-foot, and it's good there for the single point, so US extends their lead 5-3 as Norway gets away with the peel, catching that back one.
Again, you know, extra production out of Christopher Sva's rocks. You get the one in the rings, and you get the one that could potentially hold the next one in the rings.
Dost víc než ten minule.
Pozor, místo, pozor.
My jsme furt velkým. Teď jsme o hodně větší.
Eskers. Asi. Jo.
Well, trying to go around and making it a little more difficult. Where that top stone is in the rings, peel of the corner guard.
Blanke bedre enn én! Drar vi dit, så runder han!
Nice look at the lift delivery that Torga uses for his peel weight.
And away goes that corner guard. Now just one in the rings.
Tři. No, můžeme zkusit ještě jednou za něj, Sen.
Se mi líbí asi. Pojď dozadu.
So come around, do they talk about corner guard? If you put a corner, could you put it on the other side? There's some options at this stage. First to third stones for the Czech Republic, and Lucas Klima a little lower numbers than his championship average.
Budeme muset.
Není dobrý, není dobrý.
Ne, já myslím, že jde dobře.
Není dobrý.
Já myslím, že je dobrý.
Jen není dobrý, směrem
So
moc.
I'd like to see this rock be above
Můžeš, Martine.
the Norwegian stone. But it looks like they're trying to come around.
14,5 je málo, pojď hák. Pojď hák. Pojď dávej. Dávej. Zadní kruh jsme hráli, pojď.
So it'll go to the side of the 8-foot. It'll be open, chance to hit and roll. Look over at Canada, Scotland, and Canada lying one. Chance here, draw, get a second point for Pat Simmons.
Yeah, need a piece of the 4-foot.
Relatively automatic for Pat throughout the week. This Canadian team, just the lone loss to Team Norway.
Hard line. Gotta go.
This is sheet A. Right next to the boards, trying to get this one there, and I don't know if Pat's going to have enough to get it all the way there. Thiessen, Rycroft don't get it there, and comes up well short. Just need the 4-foot. So only one for Canada and a 4-1 lead.
Sorry, guys. He was full. He was just late. If he's got the weight.
D-line.
That sums it up. He was just light.
Just light.
Není to málo. Já jdu dál.
Well, we've seen on our sheet that draw weight is a bit of a challenge tonight. So there is a pretty large crowd in the building. That may be changing the airflow, the ambient temperature.
Přebudu točit. Lepší. D-line.
And a good majority of the crowd on the one side of the arena here, where as with Team Canada playing on one of the end sheets, sitting there getting maybe a little closer look.
And again, that elusive T-line shows up. It's good that it's in the rings. The Czechs would have really liked to have been first and second shot.
Ja, men du så jo bare halve. Vi holder den litt varm. Det var på slutten han tok av. Ja, han gikk jo I, han hadde kjappa, for å si det sånn.
The Norwegian skip, Thomas Olsrud, can make the hit, try and roll away.
Så får samme linja som Torge, treffer du halve den da.
Holder egentlig lenger da.
Da Isen spiller jeg myk vant. Myk vant på den Isen. Solid hakk. Ikke bli liggende oppe.
Look at those numbers from Olsrud, 90%.
Having an excellent game so far.
Helt vekk. Ikke et drag. Ikke et drag. Nei!
Hackfrus bare nå! Hackfrus!
Ja!
Well, little roll away. I was hoping maybe a bit more, keep some separation.
Bra finish.
Bremser hele veien ned I isen.
Bra finish, ja.
Czech Republic trying to use those stones, generate a 2.
Není větší šance tady to?
Tohle bych hrál já.
Cože?
Tohle bych hrál já.
Větší šance, myslím, ne? Než je mine ten runback.
My jak myslíš? Jako tím runbackem on už bude horším, že jo, střelcem, ale můžeme tohle. Máš jeden kámen, no.
Nemusíme hrát 2 za každou cenu.
Já vím.
Fakt, že by byl horší střelcem, no. Že by byl horší střelcem, tak by odskočit.
11 nebo 10?
To je pravda.
To jo, no, tak. 11 nebo 10? 11? Jo.
I thought gonna hit the shot stone, electing to go to the one in the 12-foot.
Yeah, and it looked like to me that they indicated to hit and roll on top. This is the type of call where you're hoping Thomas Olsrud misses with his last stone, and the way he's been playing has not indicated that at all. So
always tough to play looking for a miss when trying to make the play. For you to be able to make the shots.
Yeah, I mean, they're hoping that Thomas Olsrud rolls out here or sets up a double.
Okay.
I think even nose hit might be 1-2 for maybe just a hair inside rule. So Finland, China. Sheet C right next door. Looks like China shot stone back 8 foot. Zhang Jialiang opportunity. Score second deuce of the game. Take the lead in a back and forth battle. China trying to bring Finland back to them. Keep winning. Himself any chance to try and make the playoffs. Sitting with 5 losses right now. And they just guide this one right in there, right to the 4 foot. Good for the 2 points and a 5-4 lead after 6. Olsrud and his final. Needs a little roll in, if anything.
Sweepers are right off.
They want to lie 1-2. And very close now. Doesn't get any roll, the nose hit.
Thomas unhappy with that.
It is very close. Is it a hit now and take your chances?
Yeah, it looks to me that the Yellowstone is second shot.
Level 50. Så sami 50 nå.
Ja, men det var ganske klart. Du måler det der. Nei.
So Yuri Snittle. And the last stone, 6th end. Looking to try and tie things up if he can make the hit. What looks like second shot.
Yeah, clearly Yuri Snittle knew something I didn't about when Thomas was going to miss. So
has to execute his shot now and
that stone's coming in nicely.
Make the hit. They'll take a look. Will we see the measure? It'll be 1 for sure. Bringing all the eyes in on this one. I think if you're looking this many times, just throw the stick on it.
Ovard indicated.
Oh.
2.
So there it is. Yuri Snittle able to get the 2. We are all square. 5-5 after 6. Well, look, right behind the hack. So we are on sheet B. Luke Coley and Swiss Elm, the 2015 Ford World Men's Curling Championship. And we are in draw 14. Second to last day of round robin play. Playoffs trying to take shape. Top 4 teams of the 12-team field will make the playoff round on Friday. Norway and Canada know that with a win in this game, they can be in the 1-2 game, as they both sit at 7-1, ahead of Idle Sweden, who is 6-3. And 3 teams with 4 losses.
Yep. Sweden had a bit of a rough start, but as of late, have really settled into their winning ways. Bit of a conservative tactic here from Team Norway. Coming under center, I think they're looking to blank this ultimately.
Well, 7th end trying to get in a position where they can control the game, trying to get Hammer maybe into the even ends. Important stone for Kitzberger if they want to avoid that. Make a good come around.
Yep, freeze to the back stone even.
Yep.
Getting this undercover is most important. They show piece. I think you'll see hack weight.
Although, wouldn't mind blanking, but if they're going to be in a position to try and get 2 or more, I'm sure Norway would take it here in this end.
Absolutely. To go back, to go back up in the scoreboard.
Well, hit, little roll to the wing, and lie 2 early on in the 7th end. Well, in the 6th end over Canada-Scotland, Pat Simmons and Team Canada lie 2. Ewan McDonald in his Scottish rink trying to score just 1. This would cut it to a 2-point lead. He's had a couple in this game where he's had shots to score points, score a single, ended up being steals. And Sweeper's backing off. This has to stop, needs to be in the forefoot. And it keeps going when you hear pick, pick, pick. Not a good thing. Very fortunate. It comes down and stops just in time, so it's just the 1.
1 or 2? I think it's yellow, mate. That's touching the outside of the red.
So they figured out it is just 1. And a 5-1 Canada lead. Of course, David Murdoch has good memories out in the Maritimes, winning the World Championship in 2009 in Moncton, New Brunswick. They beat John Morris in that final, and Morris was playing 3rd for Kevin Martin.
Yeah, and David Murdoch having stepped in to play 3rd for this Scottish team after early round robin losses, looking to change the momentum.
Well, hit and roll. But now leaves those 2 deep. Is that a pocket? Do you try and use that if you're Czech Republic?
It depends what the goal of the end is, and I think their goal from putting the rock up front was to force. And we're still on second stones here.
Well, big sweep there. They were able to hold it to get by. They didn't want to flirt with that guard that closely.
But we've got the takeout here, and that's going to just stay on the high side.
Is that a case of overthrowing it? Trying to feel you need to throw big weight and ends up hitting the wrong side?
Yeah, maybe. Sometimes when the double is presented to you, you want to get it. So your adrenaline might surge a little bit, and you might overthrow it. So the familiar whistle from the Norwegian team
Definitely catches your attention.
It means sweep or don't sweep. It means
whatever you're not.
whatever you're doing, stop, or whatever you're not doing, start. And you know, the critical function that communication plays in the success of a shot and a team is so well demonstrated by the team from Norway. So Lucas Klima being asked to come around and freeze to the rock in the back 12.
Určitě ten konec budeme muset.
Well, really working this one, trying to take it all the way back. But they'll leave it short because it was over curling, wasn't going to be down to it. Now with that stone in front of the tee line, for all young curlers out there, there's a good lesson why it's important where that stone is left.
Yeah. I actually think this is a better spot than the called shot. So it forces Norway to play a more difficult shot and look at angles and wait.
So looking to go red, yellow, punch that yellow stone through. Again, Sva and Pedersen go to work. Well, tap it. Do they avoid that back one? They'll catch on it, but
they're still 1 and 2.
The important ones are in front of the tee line. Well, Lucas Klima's second. Nothing from the sweepers. Well, nose hit that top one. Look over. Sheet D, USA, Japan, 5-3. The US leading. They have that one in the 8-foot, but Yusuke Morizumi with the hammer. Again, looking at the records, important games, trying to blast those in, see if he can make the double. But fortunate, we'll be able to keep that yellow in the middle. Sits in the 8-foot.
Heller dra inn den?
Ja, enten eller slå og rulle.
Ja, da får du ikke toeren. Nei. Dra da! Dra på en på inn da!
Hvis det henger litt der, så blir det line opp mot i huset.
Hvis du klarer å skråfryse litt, så er det beste selvfølgelig. Det farta der, tror jeg.
So that lone Norwegian counter right now in the middle of the ring. They're going to try and weld another stone right to it.
Torger Nergard. In turn draw. Put it right on top of their own. They lie one.
Really running. It's got to curl.
Well, won't get past that yellow one. We'll tap it up. Torger even asked for less ice. They tighten the ice, and it's still
ran in that spot.
So a really good opportunity now for the Czech Republic to get a force.
Yeah, and that just anywhere in there on kind of the high side of that red stone. Showing a bit a piece. This stone needs to be in the 4-foot. Nice look at the overhead there.
Good draw, can really close up the scoring zone.
Get a look at ice speed here.
OK, si nemusíš až na konci. Pojď váhu, jsi dobrý. OK. Jo, jsi výborný, pojď. Pojď, hejbej. Pojď, výborný. Ještě. Pojď.
Well, it comes up short. May think not bad, but there's short little raise. Catch it anywhere on the high side. It's hard to miss.
Yeah, if you punch it through the hole, though, you're going to be drawn against 5. So, well, there's a couple catchers in the back.
Nesten du får den med skjapp på.
Ja, skjapp helt I nærheten, altså.
Ja. Der. 2/3 optimalt.
So, a short run double.
Poenget at det hølet der. Ja, men hvis du skjønner hva jeg mener.
Ja, der må jeg gå for.
Ja. Hår høyt. Det hølet der, skjønner du, mellom de to. Det det jeg var litt nøye på.
Du får den med skjapp, Thomas.
Ja. Ja. Snepp mindre, Torger! Mindre! Make it. Ok. Det sitter fint hvis vi gjør den her.
Well, first to skip stones, Thomas Olsrud. Trying to make the short little raised double. Hair high, and will sit to lie 2.
And keep the shooter biting around the edge of the rings. And any attempt at the hit on that side runs those rocks right back into the catchers. That is just excellent management of rock position, opportunity.
Než tam za ně. Protože pořád se toho našeho kamene musí zbalovat a bude druhý. A tu dvojku bude z toho prostě dvojka.
Now we see how critical that first draw of Yuri Sniddles was. It just needed to be in the 4-foot, welded down. We saw the 14.8 hog to hog. Came up a little short.
Now does he try to add a little bit to get it there? And if there's any sort of balance, it's a chance at 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they indicated a freeze to the top of that stone. They had gestured a little bit on the come around to the back of the forfeit, which. So, nope, looking like at the top. Lots of rotation on this rock.
Well, it doesn't want to bounce off, and now is there a chance? Can you get to the nose of it with that little extra weight? Can a second 3 in the end be scored?
Ja, fikk en risk på å gi bort poeng.
Nei, men selv om du går forbi her, da.
I wonder if, you know, which is easier, the run they just played.
Ja, det klarer du ikke. Du klarer det med backline, da, men...
Der er risk for å gi bort stjerning også, da.
På dem er det ikke det.
Nei, men samtidig så vil du gjerne ha 2.
Eller den, for 3.
I think the run's automatic for 2, and maybe, you know, playing the other way.
I think the worry the other one hangs out.
Yep.
You can give up the steal that way.
Yeah, and they don't want to do this. They've got an opportunity for 2. They just threw in this spot. The position of the guards keep this pretty safe.
Okay. Solid hakk, myk vant da.
Ja. Vil du ha mindre is?
Hæ?
Vil du ha mindre?
They are throwing a little less weight.
Okay.
Well, final stone, Thomas Ulsrud. Short little raise. Trying to come up with their third multiple point score of the game. Well, on, off. Short little raise. Punch that one through. And it's good for the 2. Norway, multiple points again. They reestablish a 2-point lead. Go up 7-5 after 7 ends.
Normalt så kunne vi spilt på den. Det er ikke bare vits, brzdit a točit a jel prostě rovnější.
Dvojka je v pohodě.
Ale v pohodě, no.
Well, back inside the Scotiabank Center. Take another look at this final shot from Thomas Ulsrud. Real good weight control, not overthrowing it. Wants to use his sweepers. Pedersen spot, close the entire way. Just a little tap. And well done. Getting 2 and a 2-point lead for the 7-1 frontrunners, along with Team Canada, who's right next door on sheet A. So both sides keeping an eye on one another. Looks like they're destined to play in that 1-2 game
Yeah, I don't think anyone would be disappointed to see a rematch of the round robin game in the 1-2 matchup. But before that happens, Canada needs to hang on to their lead against Scotland, and Norway needs to hang on to their lead versus the Czech Republic. Jindřich Kitzberger. Looking for a corner guard. Yuri Snittle calling for it fairly long. This is, I mean, that's absolutely perfectly thrown. That's a longer corner guard than we've seen many of the teams throwing.
Was he maybe asking for a longer one to have two corners on the one side?
No, I think they're trying to prevent the run back that they know Christopher Sva is very capable of throwing and making, as he's already done several times this game. So the longer guard is a tactic to make those run backs a little more difficult.
So interesting where those two rocks got to in the house. Tough spot. You see the numbers, and 0% for Kitzberger on the hits early on, low for Pedersen as well, but 80 to 70.
Yeah, that pocket that was set up by Håvard Vard Pedersen's first two rocks is not ideal rock placement. Not ideal.
That might be an understatement.
It might be.
See where this one ends up, and then we'll decide.
Yeah,
it's going to be hard to remove that yellow one right now.
It's going to take a couple of whacks at it. So, but the experienced Skip knows that the trouble rock is the corner guard.
Close battle at the second position. Snittle the advantage of the draws.
Just a clean. Christopher Sva with big peel weight crushes that stone right out of play.
Corner guard moving to the other side.
Yeah, just creating a different look for Norway if they decide to peel. Put it to the other side.
Sam. Okay, miste deg.
Ikke vente et slag.
Nei, det er greit det.
Nå kan du rømme til meg inn da.
Håle!
Spill han, bak han. Det er ikke corner i spill heller. Hater det. Jeg har spilt curling i 40 år, det er det smarte valget.
En toller!
Ja, det er bare at jeg er ikke helt sikker på farta og sånn med den steinen der.
Bakkant.
En lønse!
Hard opp! Hard!
Wow. This stone was moving real hard off release.
Kom igjen, få løst opp! Kom igjen!
Kjempespill.
Bra.
Great sweeping.
Yeah, big scrub right away. Nergard and Pedersen able to keep that in somewhat close proximity to where they wanted to hit. Trying to keep it to the nose and rolls off a hair.
Yeah, Bumpy, as he is known, commonly known, dropped his release a little bit on that one. Tried to be a little careful, make sure he had the right weight.
Okay.
Well, Yuri Schnittel has to be happy. He's got a corner guard in play. He's got that yellow rock still in the forefoot and some stones to manipulate.
And straight as an arrow, Martin Snittle comes out. Fortunately, sweepers are not anywhere near this stone. It's got a catcher in the back, though.
Malin will just, looks like it just hangs around.
Just hangs on.
Now moving those, chance to move that Yellowstone out. Made the tap on Christopher's stone, and now Torger will look to try and roll away with this, open up the forefoot, not create any pockets.
Yeah, to keep the angles as simple as possible.
Hard! Finish! Hard! Hard, 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 hard! Herregud, den standen der køler. Den treeren der køler jo vilt.
I move that guard like this much out.
Torgeir, den der blir med på tur.
Yeah, great technique on the sweepers here. Both of these guys are on sliders. Look how often Christopher Sva looks up while he's sweeping.
Yeah, not just a case of just put your head down and go. You know, sometimes on draws you have to. You just put your head down. But there, need to see where you're at. Lucas Klima.
Yeah, any sweeper out there should take a look at how Christopher Sva handles his position and responsibilities.
Noses it. Again, still have the corner guard. How you try and generate your two. This, the eighth end. Deuce would be lovely for the Czech Republic as we look at the percentages, both players.
Yep. Hard! 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 Push! Hard! Hard!
I'll make the hit, avoid the jams in the back, and we'll lie three once again.
Just power sweeping, power sweeping, power sweeping. Very professional use of...
Look over Finland and China. In this scenario, Redstone for Finland, top of the 12-foot. The yellow in the back, no real way to try and score two out of it. Zhang Jialiang. No turn draw. So last stone here of the eighth end over on sheet C. This chance to tie up the game. Oh, their third, Zhao Duja out to help try and get it all the way there. Try and get it into the 8-foot, and they'll do just that. So good to get the single. They are all square. 6-6 after 8.
And while we're away, Lucas Klima, third for the Czech Republic.
This the Lucas Klima's shot was playing the double and makes the double. Was quite in question if the shooter would stick around. And it rolls over to the side and actually spins back, stays in play.
Hvis du går 15 og gjør det der, så sitter du I hvert fall shot.
Ja, men hvis du kan jo treffe så lavt at du dobler og ruller inn der.
Ja, men da flørter du med garden. Nei. Greit. Midt på steinen. Vanlig opp, midt på steinen.
Bra rulle, den veien langt.
That's a good look at the angles of what the shooter might be seeing.
Worries where that second one is. They can't just make the straight hit because it could roll it back in.
Yep.
Ulsrud, first of skip stones.
So control weight, looking to get just to the inside.
Well, back to work again. Pedersen, Sva, get by. Just get by the guard, make the double, and roll in. They've had to work this end.
That's why you bring him.
Have Broom will travel.
Yeah, and that's the professional side of how to play this game. Let your sweepers play. Use them. That's why they're there. And these are two of the best in the game. All 4 players are making these shots for Team Norway. It's just really fun to see. With that, the chance for 2 is still available to the Czech Republic. I'd like to maybe see them freeze on this as opposed to play the hit, but if you can perfectly position that rock, it will be tough for the Norwegians to get at.
Get it set.
Yep. Get it out. Get it out. Oh, yep. Oh, 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 oh. Vůbec, nikdy nic, tam není.
Well, right to the nose there, hoping to try and roll and use that corner guard.
Yeah, I was wrong in the 6th end, and they got a half shot out of Thomas Olsrud in the 6th end for their score of 2.
You see the difference in the 4th stone throwers, 89 for Olsrud, 73 for Snittle. And obviously you can see enough playing the intern at it.
Whoa, good job. Whoa. Rent. Rent, yep. Rent, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So make the hit and will sit to lie 2. So he has put Czech Republic in position, forced to take their 1. No double rollout here.
I think it's too risky, and you need to take advantage of having the hammer in 8 and then again in 10.
You saw that rock the whole game? Oh, you switched it up?
Well, we'll look over the first final as you hear the crowd. Handshakes, a 7-1 win. Ewan McDonald just struggled. He couldn't make that final shot. And here he's Snittle now with his last, has to focus and out-turn draw.
Yeah, sweepers have it.
Yep.
Sweepers really got to go on this. This is just...
Well, and that one just grinding.
Not even close.
Just a halfway guard, and it is a steal of 2.
And Martin is going to take a look at the bottom of that stone, Martin Snittle.
You saw Yuri Snittle upset there, giving up the steal of 2.
Yeah, rightfully so. It's really disappointing.
So 9-5 through 8 ends, Norway leading. Well, Yuri Snittle upset with himself and his team. Not sure what happened on that final stone. And Ann, you'll be happy. A lift delivery for Hubbard Bud Peterson as he throws that one through.
Yeah, taking a chance to practice his peel weight when able to.
Well, here's a look at that last rock. Interesting to note, you can hear the crowd cheering on that Canadian victory, the handshakes, and that one, well short. I don't think it affected that, but sometimes when you do know that there's something else going on, you take that extra second.
Oh, my heart goes out to Yuri. Those kind of shots where the rock just gets lost for whatever reason, if it's your own personal choice, something with the ice or the sweepers, it's just, it's really difficult. And what should have been a 1-point game is now all of a sudden wide open.
And we see a tick shot here of the corner guard. Does not have a lot of room to move this one. And it'll go right by. No harm in missing that one. They're trying just to push it to the boards.
Yeah, just take the opportunity.
Yindris Kitzberger will put up the corner guard on the other side.
Yeah, and the athletes out on the ice need to be real aware now of potential adjustments to the crowd with the home team having completed their game and having left the arena. There may be some changes in ice speed.
Well, look there, the one empty sheet right next to us. And Canada with that win, they're 8-1. They're into the 1-2 game. Norway wins this. They will join them. Well, get one. Make the peel of that corner guard. Norway in total defense mode, trying to hold on to this 4-point lead.
Yeah, they're going to keep hitting all the way through. Looking for another high corner guard here. And they work really hard to get that rock over.
Well, keeping you in the know of what's going on around here at the Scotiabank Center, United States. Leading 6-4, Yusuke Morizumi in Japan, though. Chance here, make a double, tie things up. Loves to throw the big weight. That's young Skip.
Does so accurately.
And he'll make them both go away. Be 2 for Japan, and they're all square after 8.
Yeah, an important score in the 8th end over in United States versus Japan.
Fajn.
Je dobrý.
Já mám trochu víc,
Netočí.
ale bude dobrý.
Netočí.
Je větší.
Není větší. 13-9 je malý, pojď hák. Pojď. Pojď ještě.
Well, good effort from Martin Snittle, who's had a good game. Puts that one right in behind.
Yeah, he's really had a great game, and it was nice. He had a bit of a soft game earlier today, and made a really nice bounce here in the nighttime draw. But so far, the Czechs are having a little bit of trouble capitalizing, and I mean, as the numbers have shown us, Thomas Olsrud is playing just an outstanding game tonight.
fajn.
Měra si dobrý.
Zatím jede.
Jedem.
3.
Jedem.
3. Není to víc než 3. Je to 2,5, 3. 3.
Já ti chci věřit, no. Čím blíž, tím líp to trefí. Oh.
Ne.
Oh, well placed guard.
Really
Keep putting
perfectly
that,
placed.
putting that one in.
Yeah, you keep that up, you've got a chance.
Yep, hard. Hard to get that.
Oh, work hard, try and get 2, and you get a mistake, maybe 3.
Yeah, and they're playing the run back here.
And they'll miss it, roll to the center, so there's a guard still in play.
Yeah, so a look at this lift delivery. This might not have been Torga's smoothest delivery that we've ever seen, but that lift gives him just a tremendous amount of momentum.
He's almost using his back foot as a lift to guide him.
A little bit of a rudder on the back foot.
So the out turn, come around. Lucas Klima, a perfect guard, and was close enough that it made him think about playing the run back. Got the miss.
Enticed them to the run back. Oh no, this is all over the center guard.
You can tell just body language there, just after that last shot of the last end, and now the mistake there.
It's just hugely disappointing when you get that kind of outcome.
Kjappa han ruller, så må du rømme et eller annet. Da, men.
Jeg liker å prøve på lille rullen, da, Torger. Samme is.
Er det noe vits i?
Hæ?
Det er nesten bedre å ikke gjøre det, tror jeg.
Ja, da gjør han det. Så må vi
Ja, men
rømme,
da,
da.
ja, men da har du den da etterpå.
Ok.
Now 85% on his hits, perfect on his draws. The defending champ trying to get into that 1-2 game with a win in this game. Hit Halai 2 will definitely help.
Yeah, things are looking very good for them to make that 1-2 game right now.
Divný podle mě, nevím, proč zatočil tolik.
Kevin.
Já bych to jako, že to funguje dobře.
90 si řekneme, podle mě.
Já měl 85 tohleto a byla to ta rychlost, podle mě.
90. Myslíme, že 90.
Well, you see the low numbers on the draws, obviously the big miss in that last end that led to the steal.
Dobrý směr, pojď váhu.
Now needing a finesse shot here.
Rychlost. Jo. Přidáčí hodně, jo.
Again, this is over curled.
Ten druhej. Jo. Vůbec.
Not enough weight on that one. Just not enough weight.
Tappe den, eller dra hit.
Tror jeg beste is på innan, Torger. Tappe. Nese. Kant 8 med 10-line fart.
Gjør sånn, ja.
Well, comes up onto that front and
Yeah, that missed draw in 8 really kind of took the heart out of the skip, I think. And the strange reaction on the third, second rock, a little bit of surprise, and
Kan det gå fart?
Ja, da kan dere gå.
Linja er bra.
Linja er der. Kjør på
Sju!
linja.
Ja, gå da.
Ja.
Sju!
If this tap is executed here,
Seks, sju!
Ja.
Seks!
Ja.
it's going to be difficult
Da må vi treffe den rett.
to score it all.
The little tap roll away will lie 3.
Já se bojím, že jediný, co máme, je tenhle dolů.
He may be able to make the run now with the bounce.
Tak jako ještě ho můžeš dát takhle. Tudy se podle mě nedostaneš.
Tam taky není.
A co tam je?
Se dá dostat před tudy.
To já se bojím, že
Ne.
že ne. Jako jo, asi.
Well, the question is, can they get by that top one without to go straight back to tap it, or do you have to run it and try and come off the side one?
Tadyhle ta díra se dá to přesně
See
míří
the
do
time
té díry.
clocks, the thinking time. So once he throws, it'll stop. 4 minutes for Norway, 3:18 and counting.
Ale jestli věříš tomuhle, tak může mít tohle. Jiná varianta tam není, než tady ty dvě. Jako ještě ho můžeš borovat takhle, no, ale to je takový hodně
Ale
blbý.
asi tadyhle ten přímej, no.
A bude takhle nebo
So
takhle?
running through a series of difficult
Asi 10.
options.
Co to? Tam není.
And so throwing weight at it now. Is this to try and go off the side one to make it that way?
That's an option. I think that's what they can run it straight back. They've got catchers.
Final stone, Gary Sniddle. 9th end, trailing by 4, just trying to get 1. And this one, gone right away. Now just trying to make something of it. As they'll go tap, tap, but on the wrong angle. And it'll be a steal of 3 more. So 5 stolen points in 8 and 9. And a victory and a spot in the 1-2 game now for Norway with that win as they move to 8-1, drop the Czech Republic to 3-6.
Til slutt blir det bedre, sikkert da, for da blir det en match, men...
Slå to, jako, to víš, že to šlo.
Jsme to ukončili jinak než takhle. No nic.
Jo.
Pejc.
En to vel, så. Skal dere hjem på hotellet, eller? Vet dere hvor dere skal biler? Det er lenge til vi går, skjønner du. Vi skal pakke på alt mulig. Det er lenge til vi skal pakke og sånn. Bra. Er du trøtt nå? Halla? Hva skal du? Hæ? Nå skal jeg hjem og... Flau?
Switching over from our feature game to the Finland-China game. Skip Akukuaste needing a piece of the forefoot.
Mut näyttää, että saa viedä ihan tosissaan. Koko matka varmasti. Kasper mukaan. Kova! Hyvä voima. Okei. Vauva.
And throws it perfectly. Takes his one to go up by one,
Melkein nolla siitä.
leading into the 10th end.
Alkuun jos voi.
Hiljainen, suoja. Puoliväli.
Okei. Kohtaa sut lähelle. Alright.
So a center guard goes up. I think Team Finland wanted that rocket into the rings, but makes good use of line, holds a piece of the center. Looking over the shoulder of Zhang Jialiang as we get a look at Wang Chinbo being asked to throw a corner guard.
Oh, please. Okay. Oh.
So as a refresher, Finland sits at 4-4 in the standings, and China sits at 3-5. Looking to pull even with this team, China is going to need to score 2 in this final end.
Ailen.
Lähellä kädestä. Kova. Missä? Lähellä. Joo. Sininen. Kova. Hyväksi asti. Hyväksi asti. Suunta tosi hyvä. All right.
And a nice come around. The Chinese are trying to take advantage of the corner guard. So well executed on the first stone of the end.
Clean. 没事，下路没问题，不用下。Clean.
好球。
That's a very well positioned stone. Solidly under the corner guard. Lots of distance between the two. And shot stone.
Tup, seinä. Ei kun näin päin. Mä ajattelin seinää.
Polyyamis. Instead of just playing the big peel, looking for a hit and roll to center. That rock Brian a little straight on Team Finland. Was just between the run back, the peel, and the hit and roll.
Clean, whoa! Clean! Whoa! No! Whoa, no! No.
A couple of finesse choices by both these teams, and the execution just a little off.
Tee voima!
The good news is Team China stays shot, and there's double corner guards now that hopefully they'll get a chance to keep using.
Yup! Go up! Hey! Hey, Tila! Yup! Hey! Hey!
Tee, takapuna.
Yup!
Tee.
Ei vielä, ei! Ei, kulma pitää saada. Hyvä. Joo, ei haittaa, ei sillä väliä, ettei tullut vielä ykkös. Hyvä heitto.
So you see the two options that China's looking at.
3往这儿选的话，他一传还是有这个。
They continue to be shot stone, but those two finish stones have a control position up above them.
这面都给他留着头呢。OK。
Badushin. Critical precision shot for China here in the 10th end. Looking to secure the opportunity at 2.
OK。
The guard is
就是想15秒3。
well placed.
Jos me yritetään pelaa niin, että saa tonkin irti, niin kai me siitä tullaan reippaalla. Reippas tasan nousee. Puolikas tänne näin, niin toi lähtee kyllä aina.
Big chance here trying to blast this one in. Kasper Hakunti, third for Team Finland. Well, able to push that one back. As they run that yellow in, they roll it off. Shot stone now belongs to Finland.
And the rings are getting smaller and smaller.
Look at the numbers of both thirds.
Just incredible numbers from the thirds in this game. And he does it all. He throws his own stone and jumps in to sweep it.
Well, here's a team sweep.
All 4. Looks like the picture on the World Championship medal. 4 sweepers.
Well, Finland call a timeout.
Nyt vaan, miten me halutaan tää pelaa loppuun. Niin.
Se näkee vähän tää punaisen, mutta mä en usko, että silloin tuplaa sen vasemmalta.
Joo. Ja no sen ei tarvitse saada, kun sä pyörii kuin ihan pikkasen, niin silloin 1-2 tästä näin. Tällä hetkellä nyt silloin tökki tosta noin yhteen. Yksi on mikä on, että me voidaan suojata tää näin vielä kaikki.
Niin, mä mietin, että hakissa...
Sit me ollaan kaikki ollaan keskustassa. Et on tietysti, jos me missataan toi hakki, niin se on aika huono.
Niin. Ja nyt sillä ei ole mitään helppoa heittää tällä hetkellä.
Kyllä näkyy aika hyvin, että se ei sinänsä ole mikään älyttömän hankala heittää.
Ei. Onko katastrofi, jos me sohitaan tätä omaa punaista suojaa?
No mä en haluais koskea siihen tällä hetkellä.
Niin.
Sillä se...
Mut sillä puolella se errori kuitenkin on pakko olla.
On tietysti. Mitä jos me suojataan?
Well, that's the situation that Yellowstone, second and third for Team China.
Sen on enää vaikea kiertää niin kuin etupesän puolelle ykköseksi. Ja plus, että jos me kierretään siihen nojalle, niin sen on aika vaikea saada enää niin kuin kahta
plus
siitä.
meillä on vasemmalta toi, sillä ei ole tupla, mutta meillä on toi punainen tökki vielä. Niin
joo, mutta sillä ei sillä saa hirveän hyväksi.
Ei, mutta jos lopussa on tarve saada joku.
Joo. Sitten onhan meillä toi punainen ratsu tällä hetkellä vielä.
Paitsi jos me tullaan tähän, niin se on avoimena, että pääsee ratsasta.
Se on mahdollista. Niin. Toisaalta meillä on sitten taas toi, minkä taakse kiertää.
Eikö se hakki on paras, jos se onnistuu?
Mitä mieltä Tomi on? Suoja, hakki.
Hakki, jos se pääsee tuosta ympäri varmasti.
Mä oon huolissaan. Mä oon huolissaan siitä hakista.
Their coach, Tommy Rantamäki.
Suoja vaan, suoja vaan.
Aika vaikea toi.
Yritetäänkö me tulla sinne väliin?
Ei.
Wow. Näyttää kovemmalta! Näyttää kovemmalta!
Lots of pop and rotation on this stone. It's going to run a little straighter and a little deeper.
Joo, omasta ohi. Joo, kova, vielä. Joo, mutta pelataan silti heitot vaan. Joo, aika vikkeellä pitää olla. Joo.
一个就是把那个，咱这个就漏了。
把这个4号有挤那个，把这俩挤走，往下走。打这个4号。
Team China with 3 minutes left on their time clock for these last 3 rocks.
Yeah, last a third, so still some options for them to try and
clean things up a little bit.
yeah, they peel the 1 out, then they have access to make that double.
Yeah, time may be a factor for both these teams. Finland's down under 2 minutes, having for sure used their timeouts. Not sure if Team China's used their timeout just yet. I think they have. I think I saw them use it earlier in the game.
I believe I did see that as well.
对呀。
注意点时间。
我感觉我应该这么找一个。6。clean up。Whoa.可以放脖子。
Well, decide against playing the peel, looking to bring one in.
Go hard!
Well, they come in.
They get shot stone.
That would be the tying point right now. As you see a look at the time clocks, and minute 25 low for both sides.
Yeah. But with that stone being readily visible, the choice for Aku Akuaste, skip from Team Finland, pretty clear. He's going to make it go away.
Roll away or roll out better than nosing it and sticking there.
Yeah, ideally, you'd want to stay right there. But with that kind of weight,
One rolls away, no double onto that shot stone.
the good news for Team China is they just saw the line. Sweepers saw the weight. Gives them a really great feel for what needs to happen with this skip stone.
再来点，再来点。
Zhang Jialiang, his first of skip stones. Out-turn draw, looking to go around.
Front end, Wang Qinbo and Ba Dushin in charge of this rock. Zhao Duja calling the line.
Well, they just get by, get around. Wow, look at the finish on that one. That one about half buried. And it's a stone top 8 foot they're coming around.
Yeah, that's some beautiful ice conditions here. And this is the only game left for this night draw. Team Finland can weld this rock on.
Trying to close in the rings. But sweepers do not like this. Right by everything and through. So a draw for the win now for China. Zhang Jialiang needs to hit the 4-foot.
It's a big shot for rookie skip at the World Championships.
Okay.
Looking for win number 4. Needs 4-foot for the second point and the win.
相都没问题。我感觉有点大。
We've seen rocks pick up speed a little bit, and they sit on this outside path.
This
Got
one
to curl and die, and
needs to
it's
hit
not
a
gonna.
wall as it slides right by, and only one. So same thing we saw from the finish skip. It slides by, and that means bonus curling.
Free curling, extra end.
Sorry.
Well, a little free curling because of this. Shot for the win. Zhang Jia Liang out-turn draw and got caught in a quick spot and just a little too much speed coming out of the hack. Couldn't pull her back.
The adrenaline on those last shots, learning how to manage that, the intensity of the moment, knowing everyone in this building is looking at you, throwing that rock.
Now, task becomes much more difficult. Now you have to steal to try and win.
Yeah, and that's a nice start to it. Tripping one just over the hog line. Lidiane Pitko will try and play the tick shot.
A professional poker player. Yanni is. Well, ticking that one towards the side. Opens the center line up.
There was no bluff happening there. That was pocket aces for the professional poker player at lead.
Well, and time was tight near the end of that 10th end, but they reset that allotment of time for the extra end. You don't carry over the time you had in the regulation time.
No, they get a fresh set of minutes on their clock for the extra end, as well as an additional timeout.
Well, got to get this one over the hog line, and just. Now, I'll pose this question, Annie, with that one as such a long guard. Do you bother trying to play the tick shot?
It doesn't hurt you to try.
Tosi kova! Tosi kova, Kasper, rollaa mahdollisimman paljon!
Well, they'll end up tapping that one into the rings and actually behind cover.
You know, the worst part about that is that the shooter stayed up there and is creating some traffic on the draw.
Well, you hear the breathing after they went down to sweep that tick shot. Now have to sweep their own.
They had pounded the lead's Wang Qinbo's second rock to go just over the hog line, swept the tick shot 2 in a row.
Whoa. Whoa. Clean, hard. Good.
They try and get that one in behind the long guard, so it's a little trickier, but see lots of room to make the peel of this one. Probably yummies.
Irti. Mukana. Irti.
Try and catch the side one also and roll right through. A bonus there for Yami's able to get them both.
Well, that's a really nice stone. That's so valuable. Badushin's going to get a chance to put that one back. Maybe have it curl a little bit further over center.
下线擦一擦，下线擦一擦。
hard，再来，hard，哦，
好球。
Well, there's a great look where that one is. Lots of room between the two guards. Perfect world, you peel the one tight to the rings.
Critical to get one or the other.
Now get the stone just thrown by Team China.
这线还行啊。Hard， 哦，
哦，clean，
再来。
Ei varmaan näy yhtään.
Well, continuing the peels. Nothing in the rings yet in this extra end.
And they're going to take care of the top rock.
Well, Finland coming in 4-4 record. China 3-5. Important. China try and get back. End up winning this one. Get to 4-5.
Hard, 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 go hard, 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 hard.
Well, they can't get around that guard.
Just a little underthrown there.
Voi saada molemmat, mutta puolikkaan voi jäädä, niin mieluummin näin päin.
And remember, we'd heard the player trying to catch his breath out there. That was Zhao Dujia, who just threw that rock and came up a little light. At this point in the week, you've played lots of games. The schedule's really grueling. Fatigue becomes a factor.
Well, in the peel of that one, for this Finnish side trying to win their 5th game at the World Championship. Really, since Markku Uusi-Paavalniemi won that silver medal, 2006 Olympics. It's been sort of a decline since he left the game, trying to come back. Front end actually watched him win that silver, got online, found a way to find out where to start curling, and 10 years later,
here they are.
Hard. 选死 hard. Hard. Hard.
Well, walking that one right inside of the 8-foot.
Nice shot there.
Already seen both skips in that 10th end. Their final shots, draws going through. Probably want to have to throw your... China probably wants Finland, force Aku to play a draw with his final shot of the game. Now utilizing the timeout they're given in the extra end.
Niin, no se on totta, että se on, tässä voi olla, jos tänne tulee, niin joutuu tulemaan keskusta yli. Mieti, jos se hyydähtää, me jätetään tohon noin. Se on... Toisaalta jos me piilataan nyt, niin lähes varmasti mulla jää poisto. Tai mikä on paras, minkä ne pystyy tohon laittaa. Silloin mulla jää määris punaiselle.
Niin, tai jos haluat vaikka... Niin, tai sit tosta...
Mulle käy se piilaaminen.
Mä tykkään piilaaminen.
Joo.
Ei haeta mitään...
Ulkoposkesta altilla. Joo, ulkoposkesta altilla piilaus. Piilata.
Yeah, I think that timeout was just to take the pressure off themselves during the discussion, so they felt like they could have the full discussion. I'm not quite sure what they were, what they're considering there.
Ei niin. Ei. No mut.
Autin määräksi, niin silloin piilas. Ei sillä muuta tuolla kivellä ole mitään merkitystä.
No ei niin.
On se vähän varmaan nojalla. Meillä on pohjukki edelleen.
The peel is the way to go. You know you're going to have a relatively open shot with your last one if you execute this peel.
Jop, jop. Pientä.
Jop.
Joo.
Kova.
Pientä.
Kova.
Pientä vaan puolikkaasella.
Gets rid of the guard, just the one stone in the rings, the two wide stones there you see just at the top of your picture. Where do you go?
I think you go as shot as possible in front of the forefoot, where a nose hit does not create a win.
Well, Zhang Zhaliang, winner earlier today, trying to make it a 2-win day. Defeating Russia earlier today.
5区，有点掉线了，啊，线路还行，力量好，好，5区，好，来一点吧，我 no， OK。
Well, pretty close. I think a nose hit might just do it.
Yeah, it might.
But do you want to chance a win on might? They'll take a look at that.
Takaseinä. Tosta noin. Seinä siitä, niin eks niin?
So those two counters right now for Team China. Hit. Looks like it would. Right on the nose. A little bit shorter. Forces a draw for the single point now.
Or a hit and roll for the single point.
Coca-Cola State. Final shot, 11th end. For the win to move above 500.
Hey, irti. Hey. Mukana. Hey.
While trying to make its way, trying to walk over. Hit, little roll, and it is good. Finland comes back, needs the extra, but picks up the victory in a tight-fought battle. Finland moves to 5-4, while China drops to 3-6 to wrap up Draw 14 action from the Scotiabank Center.
Stick with us for highlights of our feature match and an interview with winning skip, Thomas Olsrud. Taking a look back on our feature game. fifth end. Thomas Olsrud and Team Norway, after some well-placed stones, have an open takeout to hit and stick for a score of 3. And after making a run double with his first, Thomas Olsrud gets a delicate touch run back and stick for 2 points. A lead that he would not relinquish, as we see the last stone from Jiri Snittel just come up really short of the rings, allowing Norway a steal of 2 points and a commanding lead. Much frustration for Jiri Snittel. After difficult shot selection and an excellent rock placement by the Norwegians, and a steal of 3 points in 9, it was handshakes.
Well, look at the other games going on in the draw. Canada knocks off Scotland 7-1, while Finland defeats China, as you saw, 8-7 in an extra end, and the U.S. defeats Japan 8-6. We look at the standings after, with 1 day remaining. Canada and Norway at 8-1, then Sweden alone at 6-3. Finland, Switzerland at 5-4, while Japan 4-5. Along with the U.S. at 4-5, right behind, still in contention, while China, Czech Republic, Italy, and Scotland at 3-6, Russia 2-7. Thomas, congratulations. What was the key in a game? You guys just seemed to struggle a little bit in it.
Yeah, it was a back and forth on Jiri Snittel from the Czech Republic. He played some really good shots where we had some momentum going, but finally we managed to get him at the end there. And big steal of 2 in the 8th end, I think. That was pretty much the game right there. It was all tied up until that, so yeah.
Well, you made a quiet little shot in 7. Talk about that short little angle tap you made.
Yeah, that was he made a really good shot. We're sitting 2 there and he freezes, so he made a really good freeze, but he bounced off a bit, so he left it with that little quiet tap. So, because again, we found the ice a bit tricky tonight on speed for draws, so we figured that was the easier shot. But that was not the easier shot for 2, so he played some really good shots.
Now that you're into the 1-2 game, how do you find it to stay focused, looking at 2 more games before that matchup?
I'm really old, you know, so I'm going for the record for most wins. So I'm going to prepare my boys. So don't you worry.
Congratulations. Best luck tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, you want that?